My name's Marvin. This is Will. He has a story.
Okay, so today's story is about one of my experiences while I was camping. So me and my family, we go camping every year. We go on the Montana-Idaho border, and every year there's kind of like a theme to the camp trip. For instance, there was a mouse attack one year where there's just mice everywhere, and we shot them with paintball guns. And then there was 2 years in a row that it rained consecutively, and we called that the Soggy, and the Soggy continues. But I'm telling you about the story where I had to save my cousin and sister from a moose attack. So, this was the year of the moose. It started with the first day we got there, a male moose came into our camp, and he started terrorizing and like chewing on all our stuff because they like the salt in your clothes and stealing everything. And that happened 3 times over the course of like 4 days. And then on the last 2 days we were there, there was this female moose walking around our campsite. She would hang out all day, so we didn't really think much of her. She was just, chilling. She was like 7 feet tall though, so a huge moose. Really scary to be up close to. But at one night, she was sticking around way later than she usually did, and so we were getting kind of worried. The older members of our camping party were drunk. It's just something we do.
Were you drunk?
No. I was 16. But, so I was staying up, watching the moose, just because it was freaking me out, and then, so, I think it was about 4 a.m. rolls around, we were just hanging around the campfire, and my cousin and sister had went into their tent to go to bed, and I was just watching the moose going around our campground, kind of doing its own thing. Didn't really think much of it, but then all of a sudden it went up to my sister and cousin's tent and started sniffing at it, which kind of got me worried, and then it started like scratching and pawing at the tent, and then all of a sudden it reared up on both legs and came down on the tent and just missed each of their heads by like 6 inches probably. And at that moment it was just me and 2 other guys that were awake at 4 a.m. But we jumped up and we started running towards the moose, and my cousin and sister were freaking out, and they unzipped the tent. We were telling them to stay in there and they wanted to get out, but we didn't want them to get out because there was this giant moose that probably would have mauled them. But there was at least a little comedic relief because one of the drunk old men tripped over a cooler, and so my cousin and sister were both scared, crying, and laughing at the same time. But we did successfully fend off the moose attack and scared the giant moose away. Everybody got their guns out and we're kind of shooting them around just to scare it away, but it was really not scared of anything. It just kind of looked at us and moseyed away, and then that was the last time we saw it, and it was a pretty eventful night all together. So that is my story of how I saved my cousin and sister from a moose.